Welcome to The Snack, a lighter serving of Girls Gotta Eat.
This is a Dear Media production.
Enjoy.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Ashley,
What?
I just made eye contact with your toes.
Rayna, don't.
When was the last time you got a
Rayna,
pedicure?
do not.
You look like you have a French manicure on your toes, and the French part is red.
No, it's so bad. No,
Tessa!
No, do not. Don't come over here, Tessa. And I was just thinking that, Tessa, while we're here, can you drop Azul off today so I can go straight to the nail salon? Because obviously I wanted to bring him.
Wait, are you going over there? Because I'm supposed to
go.
Well, I'm supposed to go at 4, but we started recording at 1 o'clock today instead of 11, and so I have to push the appointment.
So
Ashley,
they're so scary. Obviously, I get gel pedicures, so they last for years. But it's been so long, and I was pretty okay in Vegas because at least my show shoes were closed toe.
Yeah.
But this weekend, the slumber party shows, I'm wearing open toe. I'm wearing the same pair of like fuzzy Fashion Nova heels all weekend. So I have to go there tonight. And now look how you're making me sit. You're no, you
Ashley,
guys don't be looking.
Do you feel like you got engaged and you gave up?
Oh my God.
Can I look at them again? It looks like it's on purpose. That's how grown out they are. Like, it was a fashion decision.
You know what, guys? We'll put them on YouTube.
That's hysterical.
I don't care. They're so grown out. And I've had to like trim them since. Like I've trimmed them down because they'll start to hurt in sneakers.
Every time I go to the nail salon, they tell me my toenails are too long and then they talk about me behind my back.
All right, guys. Well, that's your toe content.
That's
for the
Ashley's
day.
toenail report. Okay. Let's thank some of our partners. You got me lost in the toe sauce. I don't know. All right, new partner. A lot of new partners, actually. Thanks to Hand and Stone Facial Spa. Enjoy free aromatherapy with your introductory facial at handandstone.com with code GGE or in the spa. And Robinhood Gold. Get high net worth at any net worth for $5 a month at robinhood.com/gold.
Yes, and thanks to AG1, get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3, K2, and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase at drinkag1.com/GGE. And Fatty15, get 15% off your 90-day subscription starter kit at fatty15.com/GGE with code GGE.
All right, what do you got for me?
Okay, we are kicking it off with a hippo report.
Never saw this one coming.
As in hippopotamus. Okay. So we have a couple things. We want to talk about Moo Deng. Yeah. This is a pygmy hippo that has taken the world by storm.
In Thailand.
Okay. So I saw this last week. It's a little dated, but we want to talk about it more because she's still going. She's still the it girl around the world in the animal kingdom. I love this. People are calling her an it girl. People calling her a diva.
Well, there's like, if you look at Moo Deng on Instagram, there's like thousands and thousands of memes and photos. And I was trying to figure out like why this went so viral because I was like, this is cute, but like all animal content is cute. So why did it go so viral?
Yes. So I'm going to pull this from the New York Times. A pygmy hippo is stealing hearts and biting zookeepers. I didn't know why she went viral. I mean, I know why, but what started it, like you said. So she's at the zoo, this zoo in Thailand, like you said. And they posted her on their Facebook page with a poll to name her. Okay. So her name, Moo Deng, translates to bouncy pork. And that there were 3 options.
Was one eggplant?
No.
People are comparing her to an eggplant.
Oh, that's so cute. She does kind of look like a little eggplant emoji. Okay, so there are 3 options: Moo Deng, bouncy pork; Moo Sap, minced pork; and Moo Dang with an A.
Dang.
Moo Dang, girl. Moo Dang, girl.
I wish that would have been it.
And that means red pork. Moo Dang won easily. So,
but all pork. We haven't veered from pork, even though it's a hippopotamus.
Like, is that weird? Like, I guess you don't eat hippos, so it's not weird. If you named pigs that, it would be a little weird. If you named a little pig
crunchy pork,
bouncy pork, it's a little fucked up. So basically, they started sharing. She went viral, and that's what's going on. I did hear she had to get extra security. Like, people were going to see her. Yeah. So it just got a little crazy at the zoo.
She looks slippery.
She is so slippy.
And she never stops screaming, I guess, unless she bites somebody. She just screams all day.
She's really feisty. She doesn't have any teeth. And I wanted to talk about hippos in general. I have a lot to say. So
you guys, I always thought this show would be like reality TV wrap-ups, and nope.
You'll get your You're going to dominate that
No, I
conversation.
mean every episode of this entire.
I always knew it was going to be animals. Catch me on my separate animal podcast. I could talk about this forever. So I looked up pygmy hippos because I'm like, real hippos are the deadliest land mammal on the planet. Did you know this?
What?
Rayna, a real hippo is so dangerous and
their
so
teeth?
aggressive. Everything about them. They're
Speed.
naturally aggressive. Their mouths, like if I see like a photo of one with their mouth wide open, I shudder.
Okay.
And they like move through the water, their little eyes above the water. They're terrifying. So pygmy hippos are not naturally aggressive. So they're a different type. They're little babies.
It sounds like you're saying pick me.
Pygmy.
Pygmy
She probably,
hippos.
Moo Deng's giving pygmy.
Yeah, she is.
But I didn't know if you and Tessa knew or our audience knew about Pablo Escobar's cocaine hippos.
No, this is you introduced it to
You
me.
didn't know about the, oh, you didn't know?
And I am like, I really like to learn stuff about Pablo Escobar.
So I thought this is so funny. It's stuff that you think is common knowledge that like, I wonder how many people are hearing for the first time. So Pablo Escobar brought these 4 hippos in the 80s to his estate in Colombia, and they just started multiplying, and they're really a problem now. So they affect like the ecosystem. They're really dangerous. And now this was in 2023 that there's about 170 of them, and the population could grow to 1,000 by 2035, posing a serious threat to the country's ecosystem, like I said. So they've done a lot to try to control it.
The cocaine hippos.
The cocaine hippos.
So
and they
can
just
I
call
ask
him
you-
that. They're not, it's not like cocaine bear. It's like because he's a like drug lord.
So it's the hippos.
They're
the
not on
cocaine
coke.
bot. It's not
Yeah.
that they're fueled by
they're
cocaine.
not fueled by cocaine.
Okay.
They don't need to be.
Right.
They're already all jacked
crazy.
up and aggressive. Yeah. So I mean, it's not good. Like if it says if left unchecked, they could displace other mammals such as manatees, and that the large amount of waste they produce could alter aquatic ecosystems, leading to harmful algae blooms, and then also they can attack people. So in 2021, they tried to put them on birth control. Which
What
I
kind of
just
birth
kept
control?
thinking about,
Like an
the
IUD?
pill, the IUD.
Can you put an IUD in a hippo?
No.
Be honest.
No. So
How do you put? What's animal birth control?
that
You don't just castrate them.
so that's the other thing is the sterilization.
Okay.
So we don't need to go down the rabbit hole of the birth control, but what they've been trying to do as of 2023 is sterilize them, but it's so difficult to catch them. They're 3 tons sometimes. You have to like tranquilize them and then bring them somewhere.
Where do they live? What's their natural?
Well, these are in Colombia.
habitat? No, I don't know what country
Africa,
they live in.
I
Actually,
think.
no, like what body? Like, do they live? Do hippos? I mean, like, do hippos live in the water? Like round the clock? Like, where do they live?
They're in the water. They're too dense to float. Okay, they can't swim.
They don't live in the water.
What is happening? They're found in slow-moving rivers and lakes in Africa.
Okay.
So they're like gliding along the top.
Okay.
So they're not swimming. They're just in shallow water.
They live submerged.
Yeah.
Okay.
They can sleep underwater, it says. They're just terrifying. They have so many like scary things about them that make them like deadly killers. So anyway, I just thought that was interesting. They've been trying to sterilize them, but it costs like 10 grand to even sterilize one, and you can't really catch them. And they just feel like in this area in Colombia, they're in like a race against time because they're like posing a real threat. And trying to sterilize them is also really dangerous to the veterinarian. You can't just be like a regular vet. You have like a hippo vet.
I mean,
You got to capture them at night and bring them in.
you don't do it like from a helicopter. That's what I'm thinking. Is like you get in a helicopter, you just like tranquilizer them.
You can tranquilize them, but you have to. It says getting them sedated in a position where you can work on them is the hardest part. Each sterilization costs about like 10 grand and requires a team of 8 people. 8 people to neuter a hippo.
That's crazy.
So anyway,
You guys, this is the most animal information I've ever
that's
gotten.
your hippo report. If you guys didn't know about the cocaine hippos, very different than Moo Deng. Different vibes. Pick what team are you on?
Pick your fighter.
Yeah, pick your fighter. Okay.
I mean, people really do want animal news, and you and I, we are later on going to talk about the craziest headlines we picked for each other. But I was trying to find like crazy headlines for you, and like most of them are animal related.
Because they're unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen. And crazy shit goes down at zoos. Some of these zoos are fighting for their lives, and I'll get to it.
Like one of these headlines: a lost cat's mysterious 2-month, 900-mile journey home to California. They lost this cat in Yellowstone Park, and it just came.
Cats are so wild. 900 miles. Cat's fit as fuck.
back to California. Yeah.
Aw. Okay, now let's kick it to Rayna for our next topic.
So this has been on my mind for a little bit. I read this article in June in Vulture from New York Magazine. It's called Almost Every Reality TV Lawsuit Right Now. And it's just about contestants' bad behavior, assaulting each other physically, a couple sexually, contestants saying specifically on Love is Blind that they felt unsafe with the people they were quote unquote trapped in these homes with. And then I started watching this show called Unreal on Netflix. I think the show is from 2018 and has 4 seasons, but at least the first season, it's a parody of The Bachelor and all the things they do to manipulate contestants to go on the show, stay on the show, freak out, have meltdowns. And I actually had to stop. It's a really well done show. I had to stop watching it. I felt a lot of anxiety watching it, just what they do to these people. And then a lot of actual real news has come out recently about finding out that contestants on the actual Bachelor in real life, The Bachelorette, had restraining orders against them and were still allowed to be on reality television.
As in Devin, who won.
Yes.
So it says Devin had one felony count of simple burglary of an inhabited dwelling. The accuser said he came to her house multiple times, banged on the door, screaming at her. And then she filed a restraining order. So this is obviously an ex of his, I assume. And just kind of like general like emotional abuse. I mean, he says these aren't true, whatever, but he still had he said the restraining order was never granted and fully dismissed. So, I mean, who's to say? But there was accusations. And then Gil Ramirez, who was on the Golden Bachelorette, had a temporary domestic violence restraining order filed against him 3 months ago from an ex-girlfriend over allegations of stalking. And then Marcus from The Bachelorette, the recent season, has had domestic violence allegations made against him. But that seems like that was kind of happening on Reddit and nothing has been like totally proven. I mean, we were talking about this yesterday. Like, I can't believe anyone is cast for a reality show. Anything related to domestic violence or stalking in their record. Like, this stuff does come up on a background check, which I thought they were all getting background checked. They're getting STD tested, right? Like they have to be clean health-wise, but not if they're an abuser. And like, I don't think people with criminal records are like unemployable. So we're clear. I think people should be able to redeem themselves, and that's not how I feel about some things. And I do think that there's gray area with like restraining orders sometimes, not full-on violent crimes, but you know what I mean? So I just want to make those claims. I'm not like, you have anything on your record, you shouldn't be, that's not that. But like, to go on a reality show, like, aren't they supposed to be vetted? Isn't that a perk of the show? Like, aren't you supposed to trust, if you're a woman, for example, you're the Bachelorette or whoever, that these people have been background checked and they haven't had restraining orders filed against them? Like, the average person doesn't have restraining orders filed against them. Like, you can find people who don't have that. That's not like this normal thing. You just shouldn't be allowed to go on a dating show.
Yeah, but when I think about the type of people that they go after for dating shows, it is people that are outside of the norm. And it's like, where's the line here? Because they have to cast people that are willing to cross certain boundaries and lines that you and I would never cross and act in a certain way. And, you have to cast people that you can produce into acting a certain way and acting a little crazy. And it's always this question of like, where's the line and how far can we go? And yeah, if somebody had a restraining order filed but never went through against them 10 years ago, how liable are we really if we just get this person on television? They're clearly prone to anger, so they're going to fight with the other contestants. They're going to scream at people and act crazy. And isn't that great for reality television? And I don't know where the line is. And I've watched a lot of like Real Housewives, and there's so many instances where people shove each other or get in each other's faces and are screaming at a level that's not quote unquote normal and healthy, breaking glasses next to each other. I mean, the amount of glass I've seen shattered on a table, that's not putting your hands on somebody, but it is extremely unsafe behavior. If glass got in somebody's eye, they're blinded for the rest of their life. You watch Teresa Giudice shove
Love
Andy
is Blind
Cohen down
with those glasses. Love is Blind is smart. They're like, we're going to use these copper home goods looking glassware so it doesn't shatter. But anyway,
that's to manipulate the footage. But I just started thinking, like, where's the line and how much are we manipulating people and how much are they choosing people that have a propensity to crazy behavior? And then at what point... I tried to really find evidence of this, and I'm not sure that there is any of a successful reality television lawsuit being executed successfully against the producers of a show.
For like putting someone on the show that put them in danger.
Yes.
I mean, I think, I'm not saying that reality show producers are all lacking morals, but you have to, a little bit. You have to do some things. And this is, you've heard producers, I know a woman that got out of it because she was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I'm provoking people to fight on TV. I'm choosing people who I know are like narcissistic or egomaniacs, like what super dramatic, even just quick to anger. Like you said, it's just like you are interviewing these people and like taking bad qualities, negative qualities in the grand scheme of life and casting them because of it, which is kind of gross.
And like, I'm part of the problem too, because like when I look at somebody that just seems too normal to be on television, I'm bored by them. Like the general person watching television wants to see people that are a little crazy. And I think probably the thought behind a lot of this is there's so much crew and there's so much cast, there's so many people around. It's never going to go.
You can protect it. Yeah.
Yes, that you can protect the cast, but like, at what cost?
But like, yeah, you can protect them. But then what about when they go home? Like, it's so unfair. It's like you have this man who has all these domestic violence allegations against him. I'm not saying name any names. I'm saying we've seen this so many times in the past. And he behaves for the cameras and the crew. And then he goes home with this woman who thought he was vetted, who didn't think he had any previous violence in his past. And then what happens? You're no longer protected. I mean, a lot of the things these people say is like, not every show is the same. And you do see people kind of stay in touch with those Bachelor producers for years and things like that. But like there are other shows, you heard that they just felt like they were thrown, like taken out with the trash when the show was over. Like they didn't give a fuck about what happened afterwards. Or we would hear that with Married at First Sight. Like that one girl, she came to our show on Charlotte. She was trying to get divorced from that guy and they like weren't helping her. And it was like a really toxic situation. And she was like, you made me marry this guy. You didn't make me, but you know what I mean? Like I signed up for this and you won't help me, you know, get divorced anymore because we didn't do it during the show. And this is a really problematic relationship and whatever. So
yeah, Love is Blind has been a focus of this. A couple seasons ago, there was 2 cast members that sued the show, Renee Poach, and she claimed that basically she was put in this environment with somebody who was violent and dangerous, broke, unemployed. She called him a violent drug addict, and she was continuously provoked to stay in this home with him in this apartment. And it is a little different than The Bachelor because The Bachelor, I think you are with like 25 people in a home. There's a lot of cast around, but these people are just in apartments alone with the partner. And then the same season, Tran Dang, she claims she was actually sexually assaulted by her then fiance on the show. So I asked a friend of mine, like, what he kind of thought about this that worked in reality TV and produced it. And I was just like, you know, where's the line? I thought his insights were interesting. And he said, it depends on how much the production pays. They could literally find out everything about somebody.
Right.
Basically, it depends on what the risk is to contestants and producers. We would even get, we meaning the people that worked on the show, would get psychological exams and use those experts to both take risks and give us insights into what buttons to push on other people. It's whatever the producer wants to do. It's the discretion of the producers and networks, the lawyers. But he said the bigger the budget, the more likelihood that they have every single what do they call it? Soar and score about you.
Oh, yeah.
So these shows like Love Island, The Bachelor, nobody has more money than to do background checks on you. So I don't know what the solution is. I mean, they're purposely casting people like this.
Yeah, couldn't be me. I think that's, I mean, you really do have to be a different type of person to like really bring out the worst in people for the entertainment of others.
And I think there's layers to it. Like, I don't think the purpose of shows like Southern Charm or Summer House or even Real Housewives is to put people in harm's way. I think they just want to watch people fight.
Yeah.
I don't think the purpose of any show is to put people in harm's way. But like The Bachelor is like, you really do want to see a lot of drama between a lot of people that do not have a history with each other. So you just put strangers in a house and you're like, I kind of have to cast people that are insane to start this drama now.
Yeah, but then The Bachelor is like one of the more, don't you feel like, at least nowadays, it's just more tame than some of the others. So maybe they're trying even harder. I don't know. Well, yeah, I'm glad we talked about the conversation. And I guess we're all part of the problem if we're watching it. Not like it's Diddy's white parties. You know, like it's not like it's like, oh, we're all complicit in this super abusive thing. But I'm just saying, like, it's not great. And it's still like, we're still watching it. So I don't know. It's hard to think about.
Yeah. Okay.
Hope they do better.
Yes.
Do better, guys.
Do better.
I am going to tell you guys about a new partner. This is Fatty 15. I love the name. It's giving Moo Deng. No, I'm kidding. But, and we love stuff like this. This comes down to, again, kind of if you want to be in that camp of people who look like they're aging backwards and just seem like really healthy, not losing any steam as they age. Pretty simple. Essential nutrients keep our cells healthy, which keeps us healthy. So if you want to get sciencey about it, studies show that C15, which is the first essential fatty acid to be discovered in 90 years, works by strengthening our cells, improving our mitochondrial function, and protecting us against damaging free radicals. So the result is better long-term metabolic, liver, and heart health. And as it turns out, many of us are deficient in C15, which results in weaker cells that make less energy and quit working earlier than they should. So all that makes us age faster, sleep worse, feel sluggish. If any of that sounds familiar, this could be what's going on with you. So Fatty 15 is a science-backed, award-winning vegan and pure C15 supplement. By replenishing our cells with that essential C15 nutrient, Fatty 15 effectively repairs your cells and restores long-term health. So it has 3 times more cellular benefits than omega-3 or fish oil. It's made from a patented, pure, and oxidation-resistant C15 powder derived from plants. It's vegan-friendly, free of flavors, fillers, allergens, or preservatives. C15 is the only ingredient in Fatty 15 100% pure. So again, it works in multiple ways, repairs age-related damage to your cells. It can help, again, with your sleep, your mood, your energy levels, and again, improved metabolic, liver, and heart health. Who doesn't want that? It's this gorgeous reusable glass bamboo jar. Have you seen it? It's so pretty. Mm-hmm. And the refill capsules are shipped to your door quarterly in pouches made from recycled materials. So you're just going to take these capsules, super easy, and you guys can try it. And we have a discount for you. Fatty 15 is on a mission to replenish your C15 levels and restore your long-term health. You can get an additional 15% off their 90-day subscription starter kit by going to fatty15.com/GGE and using code GGE at checkout.
Okay, and with Robinhood Gold, you don't need a silver spoon to eat up the financial favors of the 1%. Robinhood Gold allows others to get the rates and perks usually reserved for the high society. Now, the resourceful individual with Robinhood Gold can earn the very lower rate of 4.5% APY on uninvested cash, receive unlimited 1% deposit bonuses, and be rewarded with a handsome 3% retirement boost on an IRA account. Robinhood Gold provides the privilege of a high net worth for any net worth. These generous benefits are now available for only $5 a month. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. Sign up at robinhoodgold.com/gold. Terms apply. For product specific disclosures, visit robinhoodgold.com/gold. Investing involves risk. Rates may change. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
I love Robinhood.
Who read that so good?
You did. You nailed it. Okay.
Okay. So there's a new Jeopardy winner that's taking the country
He didn't
by
win.
storm. Yeah, he won.
He did?
Yeah.
I thought he didn't win.
Oh,
he won everyone's hearts.
I thought he won.
He didn't win. You can't be that hot and also win Jeopardy. Anyway, Rayna, this is the hot priest.
This is the hot priest. Jeopardy viewers swoon over hot priest contestant's father, Steve Jakubowski. You think he's Polish? He sounds Polish. He's 29. Everyone says I'm about to convert. He lives in Texas. He looks like Paul Rudd.
Okay, did you watch clips?
Yeah.
Because the photos don't do him justice. He is sexy.
He's so
like when
sexy.
he talks, like, because a lot of that is like, what can you tell in a photo? Like the way he talks, the way he carries himself is sexy. Do you think this is the first time women have masturbated to Jeopardy?
Not to a priest, but to Jeopardy. Yeah.
No, the hot
I thought you were
priest.
say a priest. I was like, I do that all the time.
The original hot priest was Sex and the City, Samantha's hot priest. But I mean, Alex Trebek was sort of a zaddy back in the day. But I don't have women. Do you think they pulled out the vibrators? Do you think they pulled out the vibes only vibrators and masturbated on the couch watching Jeopardy? This hot priest. I would love to know about it. Leave it in the comments.
I don't know if anybody even remembered Jeopardy existed after Alex Trebek died. Like, I forgot this show existed, and I'm
You
like,
don't like Ken Jennings?
I don't watch it. I forgot.
He can be snarky. He's kind of a little.
Is he fun? Do you like to watch
He
it?
like a little bitch. He kind of makes people feel stupid sometimes. I feel like Alex didn't do that.
Is it giving Andy Cohen? Is he like snark?
That's a good call.
Okay.
He's like the nerd Andy Cohen.
I used to get really high in college and watch Jeopardy. We'd try to like see if we could just like fight through the high to figure out the answers. This is if rabbis were hotter when I was growing up, like I would have cared more about religion. I might still be religious. Like I don't have any examples of like hot priests and rabbis.
Seems like folklore. Like it's just a porn fantasy only. Like even in Sex and the City, it's like this isn't real. They're not out there doing that. Totally. You look like that. You're not being a priest. It's not a good decision career-wise.
I think you decided at like 18, like I'm gonna be fucking.
Yeah. I like Jeopardy when it's Celebrity Jeopardy because it's easier. So I like
Wait,
watching
really?
it.
They dumb it down for the
I
celebrities?
think they dumb it down for sure. Yeah, when it's just celebrities, like, and this is nothing against the celebrities. I'm not saying this as a correlation, but like, I loved watching Heather McMahon on Jeopardy. She was so funny, and she was behind. And then the category was like Botox and fillers, and she swept the category.
Holy shit.
Or it was like something like that, like cosmetic stuff, beauty stuff.
I
And
feel like
she
if
came
that
back
was
and she won.
Imagine if it was like obscure diseases on your body and you'd be like, I got this.
Imagine it was famous
Hold
animals.
my beer.
But I have to say, I just think it's so funny with this hot priest. We have come a long way since the hot felon. Do you remember Jeremy Meeks?
Jeremy Meeks.
2014 hot felon. Do you remember this guy? Who then became a model.
Oh my God, this guy's beautiful.
Do you not remember this?
No, I know exactly who this is.
Okay, everyone can picture his blue eyes, the teardrop tattoo. So I just think it's like, it brought me back because everyone's like, hot priest this, hot priest that. And I'm like, remember the hot felon? So I checked in on Jeremy Meeks.
Okay, how's he doing?
I remember I was blogging back then. I put a blog up right away. People went crazy for it. His mugshot went viral, which he was a Crip. He was arrested for gang violence. And not saying I support that, but like people went crazy for it. And then he became a real model. Like runway model. He has like 1 million followers.
If you guys are watching YouTube, we'll put him up on the
screen.
screen. I can't take my eyes off of this man.
Yeah. And that mugshot was like, is super hot, but it's almost hotter than he really looks now because I looked him up. He just turned 40, he had this big birthday party or like in the summer. And he has an autobiography coming out in November. I just was like, what's he up to? He's writing a book. It's been pushed back a few times. It was originally supposed to be February, then it was September. Now it's November. It's called Model Citizen. And I just am like, we've come a lot. Like, I want to ask our listeners, are you hot priest or hot felon?
Like, what's your fantasy? I mean, I can't take my eyes off this man. That other guy just looks like Paul Rudd to me. Like, I guess he could.
You're more hot felon. And I do think he's like rehabilitated himself. And I was in his Instagram last night. His like son just graduated 8th grade. He's hot too.
Okay, but let me ask you.
He's cute.
Let me ask you.
He's cute. He's like, he's got his father's. No, you know what I mean.
Okay, let me ask you. Between
I think he's like 17, so it's fine.
Tessa, I'll toss it to the whole room. You and Tessa. Who do you think could fuck better, the priest or the felon? Because one of them like has rage that they've been allowed to let out freely, and the other one is just all pent up. Like, who do you think is going to fuck you better?
It's so different because hot felon, it's going to be aggressive. It's going to, if you're into that, it's going to try maybe some degradation, maybe some choking, and then hot priest is doing weird shit. There's cum everywhere.
Okay, so it just depends on the mood, the vibes. If you could do one.
Pent up sexual tension forever is going to be the weirdest sex. I just don't you think?
It does just depend on the day. Like, I just feel like sometimes you just want to have like a fuck fest. You just want to go like 4 times. You never want to get out of the bed. You want to just like all the food that you order, you just order in. You just have fluids and like carbs and you just keep fucking, water, fluids and cum fuel. And then other times you're just like, I'd like to just be with somebody that's like been here before and like just fucks me right, and then I can go about my day.
So this priest, this Catholic priest, right? Yeah. That's a priest, is Catholic, right?
Okay, so I was going to ask you, like,
priest means Catholic, right? Like in Methodist, we would say like our minister.
But are the priests the ones that aren't allowed to have sex?
Right, that's what I was going to ask you.
Me, a Jew? I always ask you
like religious stuff.
Yeah, but
you like watch documentaries and stuff.
But Catholic priests are the ones that are not allowed to have sex.
Okay.
They are not permitted to have sex outside of marriage.
Okay.
Oh, they can fuck their wife? Is this guy married?
Who has to be celibate and never get married?
I thought it was them.
I thought it was them.
Tessa, you got to find this because the comments are going to be lit up with people trying to correct us on our religious knowledge, which is a lack thereof. You know what's funny? When I saw he was on Jeopardy, I was like, can they do that? I'm like, they're not Amish, Ashley. Like, they can go on TV.
They can leave the house in the community.
But the kind of weird, though. Have we ever seen this? Have you ever seen a priest in his whatever the fuck habit? That's for nuns. Like, on a TV show?
No. Not to my knowledge.
Tess, do we have answers yet? We'll circle back.
I don't think you'd go into the priesthood if you wanted that type of attention.
Well, so I think Catholic priests just can't marry. So, like, you can have sex if you get married, but you can't get married. So it's like a workaround for it.
A loophole.
Okay.
The lack of a loophole.
Did you watch Scumbag?
Fleabag?
Did you watch?
No, leave it. Leave it. You said it so confidently. Not scumbag.
Well, I've been trying to ask you for like 10 minutes and I was like, no, it's definitely scumbag. Like I've thought about this for 10 minutes, like being like, it's probably scumbag. It's something like that. Fleabag. And who's the hot Mark Ruffalo is the priest? Am I totally wrong about this whole show?
No, there is a hot priest in Fleabag.
It's definitely not Mark Ruffalo.
There's 3 hot priests in pop culture.
Andrew Scott.
It's Sex and the City, Samantha, her hot priest. That guy was so sexy. And now it's the guy from Fleabag. Who is it?
Andrew Scott.
Andrew Scott. And then this
Probably
is the third
related
one.
to Mark Ruffalo there.
Fuck, marry, kill.
Mark Ruffalo,
Is it
Andrew
Mark
Scott.
Ruffalo?
No.
Rayna.
Timu Mark Ruffalo.
Timu Mark Ruffalo. Okay, so fuck, marry, kill, the 3 hot priests. Sex and the City's hot priest. Jeopardy hot priest. Fleabag hot priest.
I have to look up Sex and the City hot priest.
I have to look up Fleabag.
We're going to put this on the screen.
Oh, yes. Now I remember. I did watch a few episodes of Fleabag. Okay. I think I'm going to do fuck the Sex and the City guy. Because if Samantha thought he could put it down, I'm going to trust her on that.
Okay.
And then marry Jeopardy. And then I just don't really care about the Fleabag. Okay. What are you?
I think I'm going to marry the Austin Jeopardy guy.
Okay.
I'm going to marry Jeopardy guy.
Austin? That's where he's from?
Yeah, he lives in Austin. He's actually from Michigan.
Okay. Rayna's going to go find him.
I love Austin, you guys. Catch me in Austin. No state income tax. I think I'm doing exactly what you're... I actually was not attracted to this guy's haircut, Sex and the City, but you're right. If Samantha's into it,
Yeah.
then we all got to be into it.
And that was just of the time.
Yeah, he could get a new haircut. Scumbag. Scumbag, please.
Scumbag one. Okay. So speaking of scumbag, let's do a quick Diddy report.
Okay. So in the last week, a lot of photos, clips from shows have resurfaced of Diddy over the years and all these celebrities with him. And I don't know if you've seen stuff like Aubrey O'Day on The Apprentice talking about working for Diddy for so many years. And Donald Trump's like, he's a good guy. He's a great guy. Don't you think he's a great guy? She refuses to answer the question. This was from like 2002.
Aubrey O'Day, she's been on this crusade forever, though. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
She has not let up.
Yep.
I feel like she's finally being like vindicated.
Totally.
So,
but you see all these people that are tied to him in this photo specifically from Page 6. The headline is Inside Sean Diddy Combs' Wild Parties. Leonardo DiCaprio, Sarah Jessica Parker, J-Lo, and more spotted and resurfaced pictures. I mean, you've Kimora Lee Simmons is in this photo. Aaliyah, tons of people in these photos.
well, so the white party, that's what's kind of in the news right now. Also, this goes without saying, this is just also horrifying and just like more is going to come out. And I just don't know if this is going to be like a Jeffrey Epstein situation, but people are saying like J-Lo, stuff's going to come out about J-Lo. People are saying there's photos of her at these parties and with like these underage people and whatever was going on, these freak offs and, you know, people who were like incapacitated and all this stuff. So maybe that's why she's not speaking. We don't know. I've definitely seen rumors about that. Like, oh, it's coming for J-Lo. She's like going to be next. So whatever. We don't know. But like, is everybody who was at a white party complicit? I don't know. I mean, these old clips are resurfacing. Khloe Kardashian was saying one. She was like, everybody was naked. You know, it was like a crazy time. Then speaking of clips, there's a clip of him saying like, I'll probably get arrested for these one day, you know, hiding in plain sight. And it's just, I don't know. Who knows how blatant this stuff was happening. I'm sure there's a world in which, I'm not defending anybody. I'm sure there's a world in which some of these people went to these parties and didn't know what was going on.
Or that they were just your run-of-the-mill orgy. That like,
or right, okay, like a Playboy party,
yeah.
Which also I don't know everything that went down to them, but yeah, maybe similar to like a Playboy Mansion party.
And Playboy is an interesting thing because like at the time it wasn't looked at as being so terrible, and now years later you have all these women coming forward, all the women that were on Girl Next Door, his ex-wives, writing books, doing tell-alls, saying like how horrifically manipulated they were into doing these things. Mm-hmm. But at the time it was like looked at a little bit differently. So like maybe it wasn't people being drugged and forced to have sex with prostitutes, but it still wasn't great, or some of it might have just been fun. Khloe Kardashian must have just been to a naked party.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see as more comes out. I mean, the stuff you hear about like Usher and Justin Bieber, and it's like sick, you know, that these guys were like molested and I don't know. So it just all is like so disgusting.
It's crazy. I mean, you would hope that like more people would go down for this type of stuff. Like R. Kelly didn't act alone. Jeffrey Epstein did not act alone. Diddy didn't act alone. I mean, it took a huge like web of people to allow these things to happen, and like who ends up in trouble for stuff like this.
Yeah.
But I hope he's in prison for the rest of his life.
Absolutely. Okay. And then the next thing, we just have a fall trend. It was in Glamour and it says dark feminine energy is officially fall's defining beauty trend. Now the Brett summer has come and gone. Girls are continuing away from quiet, luxury inspired aesthetic and embracing maximalism, sensuality, and dark feminine energy for the season. It's officially dark feminine fall, which I don't mind the look. It's like kind of goth, kind of like vampy.
Rockstar girlfriend.
Yeah, like Taylor Swift at the VMAs and Camila Cabello. And I mean, I think sometimes putting a name on these trends is so funny. Like, what was it one time? I think it was like this thing on some beauty or magazines like Instagram, and it said like liquid brunette is the new hair color, and the comments were so funny. They were like, can we stop with this? What does this mean? This just means brown hair. Like everything's got to have like a name or a tagline or something to make it go viral. But
so it's funny because I was talking to my hairdresser. She was like doing my extensions last week, and she's writing an article. She's being interviewed about like hair trends for the fall and winter. And I said to her, like, did the trends change? And she was like, no, the names of the trends changed.
Yeah,
and
candlelit brunette.
She said the two trends for winter are always this like chocolatey, luxurious brown that you put like a gloss over, or the really platinum, like almost white blonde. And she's like, we just rename them every single year so people can sell more products.
Yeah, exactly. And so magazines and Instagram accounts and TikToks and everything can, get clicks.
But I like this. It's sort of like a polished goth glam look. I think it's really bold and sexy. I think that people really rebelled against like the previous trends of like clean girl, quiet luxury, coquette. All those things to me are like what femininity is supposed to look like. And, the good girl, the girl that's not too loud, the girl that just looks like pretty and clean. And, this is sort of a rebellion against that.
Yeah, I'm into it. I'm into whatever you want to do. I mean, I'm into like dark, heavy eyeliner, like a dark lipstick, a dark nail, and you want to do some kind of like Hot Topic inspired looks. I mean, Taylor Swift's VMA look was everything, because kind of that plaid mixed with like the black and even some leather is just, it's giving that type of dark feminine energy.
She loves a plaid. So I love that she threw some leather into it. Yeah, I like it. It's loud, it's edgy, it's different. I don't know how much I'm going to do it in LA, but I'm going to be in New York so much this fall, so many weeks. So I'm ready to like break it out in the fall. I'm buying a lot of leopard this fall.
You're still in your mob wife?
Wall-to-wall leopard.
Okay, well, you guys get into the trends if you want it. Brat summer is officially over. So it's like, what are we doing now? What I'm doing is telling you about AG1. So we love AG1. It is a research-backed foundational nutrition supplement, and it's going to deliver your daily nutrients and gut health support, which is so important. It's backed by multiple research studies. You can trust what you're putting in your body. And a lot of people are saying that this is even replacing their coffee because it's going to give you that energy. And even 91% of people in a study noticed they needed less coffee after 60 days of drinking AG1. Listen, I do both. So you don't have to give up your coffee. Don't worry. And it just is really going to help with all these things to help you power through your day. It's just a great way to start your day. It supports your gut microbiome, which gut support is a key factor in your immune support, just keeping you healthy. And AG1 contains a wide range of vitamins, minerals, and superfood sourced ingredients. So we love this. This is just something that you can do in your morning ritual or your daily routine to support your immune health. You're just going to put your AG1 powder in a glass of water and drink it. We like ice cold water when we do it. Just shake it up. And it is easy and satisfying to start. So if there is one product we trust to support our whole body health, it's AG1. And that's why we've partnered with them for so long. It's easy and satisfying to start your journey with AG1. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3, K2, and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase at drinkag1.com/GGE. That's drinkag1.com/GGE. Check it out.
All right. And we have a new partner of the show. It's Hand & Stone. And I have been getting facials from them. And I really love it. I've been really into skincare and what to do to my skin in terms of lasers, topical treatments, creams, etc. And I went there and I worked with this esthetician. They'll build a consistent skincare routine for you with the same esthetician, and it'll be really, really personalized, and they get to know your skin intimately and track its progress, tailor the treatments to address your evolving needs. And I just feel like I learned a lot. Like, she was like, this month we can address this, next month this, and really customize different things. She gave me a lot of different options in terms of what I could put on my skin. And she was so knowledgeable. I just asked her so many questions about like, at my age, what should I be doing versus somebody in their early 20s or they're in their 50s. And she was just wonderful. And I love the way my skin looks and feels. They're super accessible. They have over 600 locations across the US and Canada. You can prioritize self-care with easy scheduling and flexible membership plans. You can book online as well as in the spa. I love their staff. I like the spa. It's holistic wellness. It's world-class facial services, personalized skincare. There's membership benefits, so you can enjoy exclusive perks like discounted services and priority booking. And there's all kinds of advanced esthetician services. So they use cutting-edge techniques and products. My skin feels great. I feel really excited about it.
You had a great experience.
I've never gotten a facial before this. I'm just kind of like, through I get massages a lot, which they also do, and I recommend checking that out. But having it be really personalized to me, I mean, I just asked my friends. I did a lot of research online, but I'd never gone to an actual esthetician, and she was great. And so I've worked it into my routine.
Love
you
to hear
guys
it.
can too. Enjoy free aromatherapy, $10 value with your introductory facial. Use the code GGE at checkout at handandstone.com or in the spa before December 31st, 2024.
Okay, so now we're going to do a new segment, see how it goes. Rayna and I have each chosen a headline that we are hoping to surprise the other person with.
Okay.
Do you want to start?
So when I was looking at this, I Googled like craziest headlines, weirdest. Everything was animal related. Every single thing. So I was like, she'll probably pick one of these.
Okay.
I got one that wasn't animal related. An 8-year-old Ohio girl drove an SUV on a solo Target run. Did you see this?
Yeah, I saw this.
Okay. The girl whose name not released, she took a 2020 Nissan Rogue. It was reported missing. Police launched an investigation. They spotted a small child in a swerving car vehicle on the road.
Dude, I watched the footage. Like, she is all over the road.
Like, she's
looking
not
like me
like,
in my 20s.
She's not
driving.
like, I got this.
Like me in college.
Police found the child inside the store by herself. She told officers she'd struck a mailbox while driving, but nothing else.
No big deal.
No big deal. Authorities did not say she decided to drive to the store. Why she decided to drive to the store? Discounts. Who doesn't want to go to Target?
Yeah.
She's too young to be charged criminally, and it wasn't clear Monday if any other charge would be filed against the matter. Can you imagine you see a car swerving around the road and you
There's
look
a
in and it's
kid.
an 8-year-old?
Yeah.
How did she even see over the dash? Do you think she's taller than me?
Probably. I mean, Matt could drive at 8 years old. I mean, we had this big farm and my dad would like teach him how to operate a car, you know what I mean, as on our private property. But like my brother definitely knew how to work a car at 8 years old. Not that he was out driving, but it was funny because he sent me that and he was like, this is me. I'm like, absolutely. I mean, we both stole our parents' cars, but I wasn't 8. I think I was 14, maybe turning 15, and like we went to the mall. I mean, to steal your parents' car, it's crazy to think about. Also a Nissan, but not a Rogue, a Maxima. But like, I mean, that rush is something.
I never told you this when I was 15. Of course, I stole the car, went to the mall. I mean, that's what you do.
Yeah.
My mom was out of town. I stole the car keys and I thought the car was in reverse. It was in drive and I drove the car into all the boxes of like old family heirlooms in the garage. You're like, that's a moment where you're like, I will not survive this.
Yeah.
I won't.
I have to run away from home.
Yeah. Like I have to like disassociate from my family.
Yeah. You just take the car and you hit the open road.
I live at the mall now.
Yeah. You live at the mall.
Hashtag Simon Malls.
I mean, I remember what I bought. I remember the outfit I bought at American Eagle. I remember this navy halter and these like khaki shorts. And like, I remember me and Corey,
Khakis.
my friend Corey, you know, we always wore going out khakis. They were like a cute khaki short. You know, we were in khaki shorts.
Did I wear khaki shorts?
Yes, you
Probably.
did. And I remember wearing them. Me and my friend Corey like wore our outfits that we like bought at the mall with the stolen car. And like my mom was like, well, that's a cute outfit. And we were both just like, like looking at each other like, I stole the car.
On my car trip that I stole the car, so we used one of those I was trying to like pry the door open. My mom was out of town. She locked her door and I jammed a knife in the door jamb and I kept like jerking it back and I split the wall in half. I split the frame, that wood frame. Jeez. I split it in half and then we had to drive to Home Depot to buy all the stuff to like reframe the wall, paint it, everything. She never found out.
She never found out.
I'm in trouble for everything my whole life.
She's finding out
She
now.
never found this out.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to do mine. You probably saw it, but zoo admits that their pandas are painted dogs after backlash from visitors. The Temu Zoo.
I saw
Did you
this
see
and I
this?
was like zooming in on these photos and I was like, gun to my head, I wouldn't have known.
So, but then they started barking.
No.
Rayna, if you heard a panda bark, would you
My head would explode.
speak to a manager?
I would start screaming. I would
what
lose
would
my
you
mind.
do? Would you be like, that panda just barked, I need to speak to someone?
No, I probably would text you and be like, this is really embarrassing, but like,
Do pandas,
pandas
bark?
bark?
I'm so dead. Okay, so this was a zoo in China, and they had to come out and fess up that they were painting their dogs to look like pandas. They were chow chow dogs, which Azul is part chow. And I was thinking, like, I think I'd pay more for this. Like, what's better than a panda than a dog dressed as a panda? Like a
more
panda
for
dog.
like the surprise element of it.
They
That
should
would
have
be
branded it that way. They're like, come see our special pan dogs.
Like, what if you thought you were looking at one animal and it made another animal's sound?
It's so crazy.
That is
These pictures were hysterical. I love that they obviously chose a chow chow. Like, they're super fluffy. But then how do they paint them? I don't know. So
And also, if they go in the water, like, do
Right.
pandas go in water though?
we'll
No.
put some pictures up. It's the cutest animal. Like, I'm like, they should just market these. You know? Well, those were our surprise headlines. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't know. I wonder if we're ever going to find ones that like really surprise each other. We might have to like go like older articles.
Yeah, I was wondering like how far back I could go because I saw
How
some
far
other
back?
like crazy
I was
stuff.
talking about hippos from the 80s today.
Okay, but I only found stuff about animals,
Yeah. All right. Well, maybe that's the segment.
animals and children.
Animal. It's our children animal segment. Okay, well, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode of The Snack. And, you know, we don't really talk too much about the tour on The Snack, but we are going to be in Pittsburgh, Indy, and Detroit this weekend. So if you're coming to the shows, we'll see you there. Slumber Party theme. We cannot wait to see you. Still some tickets left. You can get those at girlsgottaeat.com. And again, that's where you're going to go for tickets for the whole tour, the No Crumbs tour. It's on sale now. It's happening now. We can't wait to see you guys. So girlsgottaeat.com for that. Girls Gotta Eat podcast on Instagram and TikTok. I'm Ash Hess. Rayna is Rayna.Greenberg. Vibesonly.com to get those vibrators to masturbate during Jeopardy. Subscribe on YouTube. Share this episode with a friend, and we'll see you Monday.
Have a good weekend, guys.
Bye.